Hey guys, I've got a bit of a weird one for you here today. I find the subject kind of interesting though, so sorry it's not a playthrough of a game or a game video per se, but if the title interests you then humour me. In the background you're going to see a bunch of footage from random games I've recorded, but today I really wanted to talk about escapism in video games. Part of the reason I want to talk about this is because when I ask myself the question, do you use video games as a type of escapism, I'd have to say that although that's not the plan, I'd like to think I play games for fun, I think inadvertently I do use games as a form of escapism. I like getting lost in adventure games, I like learning about fantasy games lore. Stories in games have truly come a long way, but even in some basic games they give you rivalries and challenges that is sometimes really embraced. You may too without even realising it. How much did you despise your rival in Pokemon Red or Blue? Or, how much did you want Nene to get his comeuppance in Blue Dragon? How much did you want to take the Covenant down in Halo? Or did you choke up perhaps even slightly when Dom died in Gears of War 3? Even if you don't do games like that, even if you don't do adventure games, let's say you do racing or shooting games a bit more, do you play these games to escape from the world around you and just lose yourself in it? I'm honestly not too sure what I'm getting at here. This isn't going to be a conclusory video, but the whole thing got me wondering if it's a bad thing or not, and I'd have to say that I don't think it is. Far from it, in fact. I suppose some of this could be put to any hobby, really. If you're passionate about football or something, and you've had a really hard day at work or school, and find the best way to release is just to kick a ball around, then that's fine. I think video games do it in a unique way though, because they make you, well, not you. You assume a persona or the role of a character. You don't care about the problems in this world, you care about problems elsewhere, in something that's completely fabricated. You care about Hyrule, rescuing Zelda, or taking down Dr. Robotnik in Sonic, or something like that. For that time when you're playing, your entire focus is on the game. Think about it. You can't really do two things at once properly. So most of your energy is going to be spent on playing games and on the screen in front of you when you are playing. Now I don't do preachy, nor am I ever going to do a video like this again probably, but in this fast-paced world we live in now, and with all the problems we deal with no matter how big, small or personal, having something to escape to I think is a really good thing. I think if you let the stresses and sometimes horrors of reality bombard you 100% of the time, you're going to go mad, or at the very least just get plain ill, and you're going to get stressed, and stress is a precursor to many real, true-to-life health problems, and that is a fact. Some people practice escapism with drink or drugs, and I'm not saying immediately that drinking is a silly way to do it. It must work for some people, but compared to either of those things, gaming is for the most part pretty harmless. Now much like any addiction, if you get addicted to gaming and you know this is your way out, then different rules apply certainly, but there are real positives you can exercise when you play that I don't think are recognised enough. Have you ever finished a game, handed the controller to someone and watched them suck horribly at it? You probably don't realise how proficient you've got at it through playing. You acquired new skills, and you learnt solutions to problems your newbie friend is now struggling with. Now I personally play a ton of dance games, and aside the fitness aspect, I have people commenting on how quick I can sight read these commands going up the screen. Now when I look back at when I first started playing, I know I wouldn't have imagined I could play as fast as I currently can. These same advancements can be applied to any game, and even shooters. Shooters for example, they encourage teamwork, you learn spawns, times to kill, map layouts, choke points. It's all acquired knowledge, and ultimately, especially in the multiplayer arena, you play to get better. Now sure, these skills aren't something you're going to write on a CV and you're not going to get a job with them, but any acquired skill is a good thing if you ask me, and it can really positively influence your life. When you play a game, you dive into the world of whatever you're playing. You're always tackling new things and picking new things up. Whether it's dominating in COD or pursuing your personal best on Tetris, whatever you're doing, you're zoning out and focusing on the problems that you wouldn't normally face. With just that, how can escaping into your little gaming world really be that much of a bad thing? I could probably go on a tangent now about how gaming can be a social thing, and that's positive too, but that's not really the topic I wanted to look at today. I just really wanted to look at the escapism part of it. But what do you guys think about it? I mean, feel free to leave a comment, because I am genuinely interested. Well guys, like I said, this wasn't going to be conclusory, and I don't claim to be an expert on anything at all I've talked about. It's just my opinion. But if you enjoyed it and got anything useful out of the video, then well, I'm happy. Thanks for watching.